got the pleasure to be on stage now with, in the French way, Derek Barrilleaux.
Fantastic.
Bonjour Derek.
Merci. Bonjour, Anita.
Bienvenue. You are CEO of Projective.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
And yeah, go on.
That's all. That's all.
Yeah. Projective is dedicated to improving creative processes in media and entertainment.
Very correct.
Do you want to explain us a bit more what you guys are doing? And
Basically, post-production is, since the dawn of time, post-production has been very chaotic, and we try to help our customers to reduce that chaos by providing automated structure and all based around the project, which is why our company is called Projective, so fittingly enough. So we create a post-production collaboration platform that helps people to structure their projects and control the flow of media and projects through the org. So, yeah.
Great. And today we really wanted to develop more about what you are doing at Projective and how you are trying to best serve your customers. So we are going to talk about this successful vendor-buyer relationship and as it goes beyond just providing a product. We know that it requires to as well provide trust and adaptability.
Yeah.
So how does Projective ensure long-term partnerships that truly align with your clients' evolving needs?
Basically, as I can actually see a gentleman in the camera.
It's there, don't worry.
Okay. No, so really it's all about the swag, to be perfectly honest. It's really about the blue strawberry socks and lanyards, which you can't see, but no, I'm kidding. No, basically it's all about basically understanding what the customer's needs are, right? I know it's a cliche, but what you try to do is understand what they need. And if you have a clear understanding of that, you can work collaboratively with them. Kind of philosophically, I don't want to work with a customer who doesn't need what we do, right? Yeah. So I'd rather not have a customer that's, that's unhappy so we want customers actually are very clear about what we do, very clear about what we don't, and that kind of lends itself to that collaborative approach.
And transparency, yeah?
Exactly,
yeah.
Exactly.
And we were chatting just before, and we were talking about the clients with who you've been working with, and your major client like TUI, Velt, and 20 Minutes.
Yep.
So can you share some examples of how Projective's collaborative approach has helped customers streamline their workflows and maximize their efficiency?
Certainly. So TUI is a great example. So we were actually introduced to TUI by some partners of ours at AWS that had were trying to solve a problem of helping TUI migrate their creative services into the cloud. And our colleagues from AWS realized that they had a hole in addressing the needs of those creative teams to collaborate, right? So they introduced us to the customer, and it was amazing. Marco, the co-founder, and myself, we had 4 or 5 great sessions in the beginning with him where we really were able to kind of understand what they needed. We obviously talked very clearly to them about what we could and couldn't do and what we were building in the product, and those, our kind of roadmap perfectly aligned with what they were looking to do. And interestingly enough, we're obviously always very focused on video, right? But interestingly enough, as it kind of went into the pilot phase of the project, it turned out that video was an important part of their workflow, but there was all of this kind of brochure creation and design and still image creation, Photoshop work that was also very important to them. And as it kind of evolved, and we found that we could actually address the needs of that entire group, not just the video, but also the entire creative part of the workflow. It was both great in terms of learning about what the customer is doing and be able to support them, but also a confirmation that our technology was also a great fit, right?
Yeah.
So that was a great example. When you look at, and so we've been very happy working with TUI over the past year and a half. Velt is another great example. We've been working with them for a number of years, but interestingly, I think this is actually a really interesting point, was that the key kind of technical decision maker at Velt also purchased our product Strawberry at a prior customer. right? So we'd worked together in the past. He knew very well exactly what we did, but he also knew that our team and our philosophy aligned with what he was trying to do when he went to Velt. So there was that for us also is a great validation, showing that like our philosophy and our team and our products, you know, when you get that repeat purchase of, you know, it's really validating for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's really about you were able to listen to your customer needs. You are building every day more on your reputation and the trust that your customers has. Okay.
And with a product like ours, people, it's not a box, right? So people don't buy a collaboration platform to use for, you know, a year, right? They're buying it because they're actually migrating. They're trying to change the way teams work. So it's a long-term relationship, just by nature.
Yeah.
Right? So it really kind of dictates that need to kind of build those relationships. And like I said in the beginning, if we don't want to build that on dishonesty, we want to have that relationship and based on kind of understanding, and make sure that you know they're happy, and so they're going to stay with us for, you know, 6, 7, 10 years.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. Well done. And
thank you.
And technology is always evolving, and also your customer expectations.
Yep.
So how does Projective balance innovation with responsiveness to client feedback? I know we've covered that a bit already, to deliver solutions that stay relevant and valuable.
Yep. So it's all about custom development. Every project has to be custom development. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No. What we try to do, my product manager's in the audience. I'm going to try to drive him nuts. But basically, no, luckily, the product that we build just works out of the box. It just does what it says. Now, of course, every customer is a snowflake, and they all have their own needs, and there's tailoring that happens right on the kind of edges. But the core product is established, does what it says, and so it's, you know, most of our projects don't require any custom development at all, right? And customers that come in and they have requests, then the challenge is to you know, analyze those requests, see where they make sense. Schedule them, plan them without completely upending your roadmap, right? So, you know, not gonna lie, that's a challenge because you have to balance the needs of the customer and the timing and urgency with what we want to do as a company. So luckily, product-wise, you know, the product is robust and strong enough and out of the box that we don't have a lot of that. But also, luckily, honestly, the customers when they give us feature requests, they tend to be really sensible. So oftentimes, a lot of our best additions come from the needs of a particular customer. So that's actually, you know, drives a lot of our roadmap. So then it's just a matter of kind of lining those two things up in a sensible way with this, and scheduling them, setting the customer's expectations that they're not going to have something tomorrow, but, you know, when we get to it, we'll be able to support them.